Oh, son of a... I'm Steve, and this is your dose of classified captures for this episode. Now listen. Can you hear the rain outside? It's battering at the window. There are storms here, all sorts. I can't even get out of my own house right now because there's a tree down over the driveway. So, I'm here for a bit. What can I say? Yep, that's not normal. She just collapses. Definitely not normal. This allegedly happened in Brazil, and the lady collapsing is a hairdresser who apparently has done this over and over again. In this session, however, when she began working on the hair of a customer, she collapsed. If someone were barbering my hair and they collapsed, I'd be worried, but that's not what we see here. The client sits and waits for the hairdresser to get up and continue. Funnily enough, she does. This goes on a number of times and it leaves everyone watching confused. Not sure who uploaded it online, but many who saw the clip called the client a witch. They felt she was bewitching the hairdresser, which would explain her nonchalant attitude. I get it, I really do, but a part of me felt something might be wrong. I did some digging and found other members of the community who felt the same. Someone pointed out that the woman might be suffering from narcolepsy, which her client might know, hence the little to no reaction. I googled it and discovered that in extreme cases, people with the condition can suddenly go off like the lady in the clip. And if that's the case, I really hope she gets some help if possible. If that's not it, and this is a sure sign of her being bewitched, then I really hope she gets a priest to undo whatever has been done to her. I get it. Some of you have to drive for adventure and all that. One thing you can't get me to do is go out to the sea at night. I mean, take a look at this. What the hell is chasing them? There's no way that's normal. Now, I've shared a number of these clips here, and they always look like some sort of humanoid sea creature after the boat. In our previous video, they always looked like merfolk swimming like fish after the boat. And in this one, however, they're throwing their arms and doing strokes like that. Well, you'd expect that to be more like an Olympic champ swimming. There's no way a human can, however, keep up with a boat moving so fast. So what exactly are we looking at? Well, it's hard to say. Any answer now would be nothing more than an educated guess. We can also comfort ourselves and calm our nerves by saying that this is AI, surely. But what if it's not? Whatever the answer to that question is, you will not catch me anywhere near the sea at night, especially not after this.
Ya Allah, laju. Astagfirullah, dia ikut. Ya Tuhan, mata dia. Pecut, jangan.
Being entirely honest with us, that's a skull of a T-Rex. And well, I have a few things to show you that you might find interesting. Let's start here with this newly found T-Rex skeleton found in South Dakota. It's nicknamed Gus. I wonder if that's short for anything. And well, do you ever notice the tiny little arms on a T-Rex? They kind of remind me of something. That's a skeleton of a bird. You know, a bird with wings. Isn't that awfully similar to you? And since there are no real pictures of dinosaurs, do you ever think maybe that the pictures they show us aren't entirely accurate? And maybe the dinosaur skeletons they're showing us might not actually be dinosaurs, but something else entirely. Do you know recently they unearthed a frozen dragon, a flying reptile? It's funny, I don't remember hearing about any flying
Dragons. They always say that everything in myth has a certain amount of truth to it, you know? I would have loved there to be dragons. I would still love for there to be dragons.
Mom, there is a squirrel in your yard smoking your jewel. Mom, I swear to God, get the over here.
Love it.
Mom, there is a squirrel in your yard smoking
I mean,
your
obviously the squirrel's not actually vaping. It's not like it walked into a newsagent's and said, "Can I get one of those vapey, fruity, vapey thingies?" You see, I don't vape. I haven't smoked in about 20 years, so I have no idea what these things are called. What is it? What are they called when you go up to a newsagent or someone and what do you ask for? Can I have one of those sucky, steamy things? This particular clip has had the community shocked and divided. Why, you ask? Would you believe me if I told you the uploader stated he found this in a deer's rib cage in the woods? Not sure how that's all happened, but that's what he said. Beyond being found in a deer's rib cage, this thing had been organized to look like a human figure and bound with vines. Yeah, vines. He discovered this in a remote part of Louisiana. He didn't say which exact area, but he did say this: he believes it's witchcraft. When he mentioned Louisiana, everyone just went with the witchcraft hypothesis. I didn't get it till I Googled and understood the area has a strong affinity with witchcraft. But hold on a minute. If that's true and he knows that, why would he go exploring the woods alone? Why do people risk their lives like that? As much as I'd love to rebuke him, we gotta solve this mystery first. So what exactly are we looking at here? Can any of you help? And so begins the great machine uprising, folks. I know you think this is a stretch, but perhaps that's exactly what they want you to think. I mean, you got a robot wearing blue hair dancing to Rasputin by Boney M. It's a great song, but I don't think the robot thinks so. The first law of robotics forbids robots from hurting humans, but this guy conveniently made a mistake with its swing. I wonder how many more mistakes would be made by these robots and AI before we realize we're treading a dangerous path. I'm all for development, but when it's done carefully and with tact, not when it becomes a cash grab and competition to see who can first achieve a particular feat. Anyway, this can be either interpreted as a mistake or as a first incident of a robot getting its revenge on humans for making it behave silly. What's your take? Now, that's a smart man. He actually turned around and ran. If I had a nickel for every time I asked why people filming didn't turn and run, I'd be a millionaire by now. Well, now that I think about it, a nickel isn't much. I doubt I'd be that rich, but you get the point. This man was walking down a dark and quiet street when he noticed a woman ahead of him. She didn't look okay, and we heard him say something in a foreign language to her. I'm assuming he's asking if she's okay. Once she hears him, she just runs away without looking back. She runs in a weird, spooky manner. This scares him, and he also turns around to run too. Smart man. But why was he on such a street late at night? Could it have been staged? Well, it's hard to say. But if any clip deserves that Rasputin song in the background, it'd be this one.
Hola. ¿Qué haces por aquí tan sola?
Seeing them like this can make your skin crawl. I know, but it's just a mother carrying her babies. Meet the opossums. It looks disturbing at first, but this is motherhood in its rarest form. The Virginia opossum gives birth to tiny underdeveloped babies. They grow in her pouch, then ride on her back as she moves. And here's the part most people don't know. They're actually helpful. They eat pests like ticks, cockroaches, and rodents. They clean up dead animals, helping prevent disease, and they rarely carry rabies or attack. It may look like something out of a nightmare, but it's survival and surprisingly protection too. If you've some in your home or yard, they may help with the tick problem everyone's been fearing now.
Oh my god, that's a lot of babies. That's a lot of babies.
So cute though. Vinny! Dad, come upstairs.
Hurry!
Go. Babies, hurry, come.
Is there more to schizophrenia than just being an illness? And before you crucify me, alright, just pay attention to the video. The young man in this clip strapped a GoPro to his forehead so he could analyze his episodes and see if it was just all in his head or if there was something happening in the world he couldn't just properly interpret. He ends up calling the paramedics when things get intense. When they arrive, he told them there was someone by the door, but they didn't believe him. Then a clock by the wall just drops. In another instance, he was arguing with a delusion when he noticed the curtains of his door were moving. He gets closer to investigate. He lifts it up higher than normal. It's almost as though whatever was responsible wanted to prove it was there. Once he uploaded this, everyone started wondering if he was truly struggling with schizophrenia or if it was just spirits messing with him all this time. You've seen it, so what do you think?
What are they wearing?
They're wearing blue. Like
Good,
someone's
good.
there and they're not gonna let me go past. Someone's at the door.
If this happened to me, I wouldn't be going back there. This was captured by an overnight caregiver. She'd been contracted to take care of a lady who was wheelchair-bound and paralyzed. This should have been a simple enough task, only that she was occasionally hearing strange things during the night. Tracing where the sounds came from was a challenge, so she decided to set up a camera, and what she captured is what you're seeing. Fun fact, the individual standing with the strange posture is the same individual who can't walk, and the funny thing is, she doesn't even seem to be in control of her body. She looks like she's been possessed by something. What? Oh, we don't know. The only thing we know is that a caregiver is freaking out. She uploaded this that evening seeking answers. Someone in the comments section of the original post wrote this. Now, if you've ever had such an experience, please let us know. Julius doesn't think this is legit, though. Yeah, dear old Julius, he's back in the game. He believes there's no way a caregiver will upload a clip of someone who they have contract to take care of without repercussions. I may not know much, but that sounds logical. Anyway, what you say, guys? Is this the real deal, or is it just someone messing with us for views? A family was on vacation at Blackpool Beach in the UK when they took a simple photograph of a father and his daughter. Nothing about the moment stood out, just a normal day by the water. But when they checked the image later, something was wrong. There was a third face in the frame. Between the father and daughter, right through their legs, a face can be seen peeking up at the camera. And when you zoom in, the details become even harder to ignore. The skin looks extremely pale, almost decayed. The eyes appear swollen, the lips are puffy with a bluish tint. It resembles the appearance of a body that's been in the water for some time. Blackpool Beach has a documented history of drowning incidents stretching back years. People have died there. And for those who believe certain places can hold on to what happens within them, a beach like this would not be the last place you'd expect something like this to surface in a photograph. Could this be one of them, caught in a single frame that no one noticed at the time?
Can I have a cheeseburger, please? Can I have a cheeseburger, please? Hello?
Genius.
One cheeseburger.
I love that. I think that's cool. That's definitely a prank that I could get behind. It's a pity you can't do that on a motorcycle.
Can I have a cheeseburger, please? Can I have a cheeseburger, please? Hello? One cheeseburger.
A trail camera in a forest reserve in Virginia captured something unusual. Walking through the property at night is a tall figure dressed in what looks like a white cloak, but it's the head that immediately throws people off. It's not shaped like a human head. It appears distorted, with horn-like forms and a snout-like structure where a face should be. The camera has been set up in that exact spot for a while, and this was the only image it captured. Every other photograph shows nothing but an empty forest. Of course, the simplest explanation is always a person in a costume, especially if someone wanted to scare or prank the landowner. But there's something else that keeps people talking. The figure has a slightly transparent quality to it, almost if it's not fully solid, and that detail is what makes this one harder to settle. A few days after unexplained sonic booms across Massachusetts, with no clear official explanation, something else started drawing attention in the skies. Witnesses reported military helicopters flying over the area, unusual timing considering what's just occurred. Then a separate witness in Boston managed to film something else entirely: bow-shaped objects moving through the sky. They don't resemble helicopters, balloons, or anything that matches publicly known aircraft. 2 days after the sonic boom, military aircraft are seen in the airspace, followed by those unidentified shapes appearing above the city. For many, that sequence alone feels hard to dismiss as coincidence. With the Pentagon now releasing declassified UFO footage, more people are starting to question what they're seeing in real time. Events that might have been ignored before are now being looked at differently, and the question remains simple. What exactly were those bow-shaped objects seen over Boston? An artist in New York spent time collecting discarded items from around the city. Chewing gum, cigarette butts, bottles, and litter people left behind without a second thought. From each item, he extracted DNA and ran it through a facial reconstruction system to generate images of what the person might look like. And it worked. Not perfectly, the artist admitted the results were not fully accurate, but close enough to give a recognizable sense of the individual behind the sample. Now think about that for a moment. Everything you touch, everything you breathe on, eat, or leave behind in public carries biological information tied to you, enough in some cases to reconstruct a version of your face. And the unsettling part is how accessible it can be. This was done as an art project, but the same process is not some distant science fiction concept anymore. Anyone with access to your discarded DNA could, in theory, run a similar analysis, and in a normal day without even noticing, people leave behind more of themselves than they realize. And that raises a question that sits a little uncomfortably. How much of you is really left behind every time you walk away from something? If your child tells you they have an imaginary friend, it might be worth paying closer attention to who that friend is, because enough stories have surfaced to show that not everything discarded as imaginary stays that simple. A couple noticed their son was often talking to himself. He said he was speaking to his friend, so at first they didn't worry too much. But over time, the conversations changed. They started sounding like arguments, and the child sometimes became visibly distressed. So they set up a camera inside the house. What they captured was something peeking through the doorway while the boy sat in the living room. It was low to the ground watching him. The face shows 3 glowing points to appear like eyes, and the third sits above them like another eye staring down. The disturbing part is the location. This is an interior room with no outside access. Whatever this is, it appears to be inside the house. And according to similar accounts, some people have described being spoken to from under beds, even threatened if they told anyone. Whatever the explanation, these cases leave one uncomfortable thought hanging in the air. What exactly are some children really seeing when they have a friend no one else can see? A couple was driving through the panhandle in Texas at dawn when they spotted something unusual in the sky. And judging by the footage, pulling over was an immediate decision. High above them, a bluish glow begins to form. At first, it looks faint, almost like light scattering through a thin cloud. But then it starts to take shape. A distinct outline emerges, gradually forming a saucer-like structure, almost as if something is becoming visible right in front of them. It gives the impression of something materializing rather than simply moving through the sky. To them, it looked like a UFO shedding some kind of disguise, something briefly revealing itself before fully taking form. At the same time, others point out that AI-generated footage has become increasingly convincing, and clips like this are harder than ever to verify at a glance. And that's where the debate settles. Was this something forming in the sky or something forming in the feed?
No, me monto de nuevo.
Es que no es normal.
No, y los wipers empezaron a funcionar.
No, es que no puede ver luz ahí porque no es de día. Es que las luces esas no son normales.
Oh my
Las luces
God.
no son así, caballero. Óyeme, tú.
A man was in a wooded area in Tennessee at night when he began to feel like something was watching him. He looked around and managed to capture something on camera, and judging by what's visible, that feeling did not come out of nowhere. In the image, you could make out what looks like shoulders, neck, and a head. The eyes appear to glow faintly in the dark. But the shape doesn't match any known animal in the area. The proportions look off from anything you would normally expect to find in those woods. Some people describe similar reports as a crawler or a rake, a cryptid often mentioned in North American forest sightings. Long limbs, unnatural posture, and glowing eyes are common details in those accounts, and this image seems to line up with that description. Whatever it was, the man did manage to get out safely. Now, this one is not paranormal, but it's something worth paying attention to. Someone was reportedly found a way to access devices without you clicking anything, downloading anything, or visiting any suspicious site. All that's needed is a thumb drive, but not a normal one. This version has an SD card and a preloaded software inside it. Once it's plugged into a computer, it can quickly pull saved browser passwords and install malware that gives remote access to the device. The method's simple. It gets left in public places like parking lots, libraries, or coffee shops. Somewhere, someone curious will pick it up, assume it's free storage, and plug it in just to see what's on it, and at that point, the damage is done. So the warning is simple. Never plug in unknown drives, not even out of curiosity. That is exactly what it depends on.
If I leave one of these on the ground outside of your office, or I just leave one in the bathroom, you might think, oh, what's on that flash drive? And then before you have a chance to even pull it out, a payload got executed on your computer.
Holy shit. So
All right, so it takes the passwords out of your browser. What if you use...
And puts malware on your computer.
I think you're a lot more dangerous than that firearm that I just presented you.
Conspiracies about our world leaders are as old as the offices they occupy. From them using clones and robots as doubles to them dabbling in things we can't mention yet. Today, however, we're taking a look at this clip featuring one, if not the most feared world leader in the world right now, Vladimir Putin. Do you notice something unusual about the arms of his bodyguards? They look fake, don't they? It turns out this is actually a norm for some security agencies. But why? The answer is simple. They keep their real arms hidden and near to their weapons so it's ready to go off at any time. Cool, huh? I mean, it's cool, but it's also a tad scary. Imagine having to live like this so you could preserve your own life. In the words of trusty old Uncle Ben, with great power comes great responsibility. Even if in this case the responsibility is making sure nobody can kill you.
And we caught another one. Oh. Might have to start calling it the Folkestone plastic crab. Oh, what's he got there? Only a baby. Still home. See ya. Chucking back. Only just caught him.
It looks like a potato, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It turns out this interesting creation is the baby spongy crab, also known as the spongy crab or sponge crab. This was a juvenile stage of the Dromaeosaurus species, which is commonly found in the Atlantic Ocean. These crabs are notable for their unique behavior of using sea sponges as camouflage and protection. As they grow, they attach sponges, anemones, or other materials to their shells, which helps them blend into their surroundings and evade predators. Baby spongy crabs are particularly small and rely heavily on the protection strategy to survive. Their remarkable ability to adapt and use their environment for defense highlights the fascinating ecological interactions with marine ecosystems. Oh, nature, you've done it again. You've left us speechless. Has any of you seen this in real life?
Only a baby. Still home. See ya.
Strange, wouldn't you agree? It looks like we're looking at two very different landscapes, yet they're just close to each other, separated by some invisible barrier. During my last visit to Africa to investigate a paranormal lead, I had an experience I would never forget. I saw it rain a few meters from me while I stood there absolutely dry. I did some investigating and realized this was a normal thing in some parts of Africa. Further research revealed it's called localized rain. That's easy to understand, well, at least to me. What we're seeing now appears to be a bit more complex than that. Can anyone explain, or do you think it's paranormal and I need to bring in Aaron to hear his side of the story? Stepping away from these ancient lizards, let's take a look at astral beings that have been with us since the beginning of time. Ghosts. I'm pretty sure some of you might have scoffed at the idea, but take a look at this security cam clip. The one who uploaded this believes that there were ghosts in this clip. Fog doesn't usually look like that, nor does it assume such shapes, but this one did. And it was not just at a single spot to be a coincidence, but at two different spots. The beings looked like they were moving toward the house, and the one who posted it stated that strange things had been happening at night in the vicinity. The strange occurrences were what necessitated the need for a camera, and this footage proves beyond reasonable doubt that there are at least two ghosts responsible. At least that's what the man believes. What do you think? Are we seeing things that are not there, or are these two figures actually ghosts? Share your thoughts in the comments section. This Instagram post featuring a strange ring in the sky has caught the attention of many, and naturally it caught ours as well. The post sparked a debate about the existence of portals, which are believed to be gateways to other dimensions. Also, the concept of portals has been around for a while. There hasn't been much evidence to prove their existence. Upon reviewing the footage, it seems highly likely that the ring was created through CGI. The video has a few elements that appear to be unnatural. That doesn't necessarily mean that the idea of portals is false, but it does raise questions about the authenticity of the footage. It's not uncommon for people to mistake natural phenomena for portals, but it's also possible that the ring in the sky could be a result of weather events or a trick of light. Despite this, many people still believe in the concept of portals and believe that they can be used to travel between different worlds or dimensions. What do you think? A group of friends shared this footage online after exploring an abandoned house. They encountered what appeared to be an 8-foot-tall alien, commonly referred to as a Grey. This creature had pale skin and large black eyes, a typical description associated with this type of alien. In the footage, the creature follows them out onto the street, and then the video abruptly ends. Despite the compelling footage, I find this footage unconvincing. The alien's appearance and movements seem too perfect, almost as if they were computer-generated. With the advancements in video editing software, it's increasingly difficult to distinguish between real and fabricated footage. While it's true that strange things happen in the world, this particular video lacks the authenticity and subtle imperfections typically found in genuine sightings. The smoothness of the creature's movements and the seamless way it interacts with its environment raises suspicions of digital manipulation. What do you think?
So if anyone's ever wanted to know what is down one of these, let's take a look. Get a little bit closer? Holy crap, man. It's honestly quite terrifying. There's a Why is there a ladder?
Speaking of strange and unexplained sights, have you ever come across something like this? It looks like a chimney or something similar to that, but here's the thing. It's ground level. I'm not sure I can even call it that. It looks like some underground tunnel or something similar to that. The big question now is, where does it lead to and how long has it been there? In search of answers, I went through every comment on the original post, and guess what? I found nothing. Can any of you help out? Perhaps you've seen this or know they exist. Please don't be shy. Do educate us in the comments section.
It's honestly quite terrifying. There's a Why is there a ladder?
If this clip looks familiar, it's because I have shown a similar creature in our past episode. While the semblance is striking, this is a different clip that's got me thinking. Last time, many of my team members thought this couldn't be real or true, but here it is again in another clip and in another location. Could it be that we were wrong? Could it be that there are creatures like this out there? So many questions, yet no answers. Rest assured, though, we intend to fully investigate this creature and give you a report soon. If you aren't already subscribed with the notification bell on, this might be the best time to do so. That way you can be updated when we drop our research on the creature. A team of scientists in Australia has made a groundbreaking breakthrough in the field of electronics. They've engineered bacteria to produce protein filaments that are capable of conducting electricity. These filaments, called nanowires, can also harness power from moisture present in the air. The higher the humidity, up to 30%, the stronger the current produced by the nanowires. This innovative approach combines protein engineering with nanoelectronics to create a sustainable and eco-friendly method for producing electronics. The traditional methods of producing electronics involve using toxic materials and require a lot of energy, which is not only harmful to the environment but also expensive. However, the use of nanowires could represent a more sustainable alternative that could even generate power from our breath. While still in the early stages, this research holds immense potential for the future of electronics. The development of green electronics has been a long-standing goal of scientists, and this breakthrough is a significant step towards achieving that goal. With further advancements, this technology could revolutionize the industry and pave the way for a more sustainable future.
This next footage is truly bizarre. A group of friends were playing a game outside around sundown. One of them was filming while two others stood close together. One guy had his index finger extended and the other was holding it tightly. The one holding the finger counted to 3, and as soon as he finished, the guy with the extended finger quickly pulled it away. But then something strange happened. When you look at their shadows on the ground, you can still see one hand holding the other's finger, even though in real life their hands had already separated. The shadow seemed delayed. It lingered in that connected position for a few seconds before catching up and separating. I've seen clips of people playing this game before, and this phenomenon seems to happen often. It's clearly not a hoax, so the question is, what is this game and how is this even possible? Does anyone have an idea?
A la mañanita. Increíble. Una nube extraña. Observen.
Have you ever seen a cloud this low? No? Well, me neither. Sure, we've seen some strange clouds, but not ones that hang this low. This cloud looks like it's hiding something. It's almost as though it were not a cloud and only pretending to be. By that, I mean it might be something else using clouds as camouflage. It would have been very believable camouflage if the cloud was not that low. The man recording speaks in his local language, expressing skepticism about it being a cloud and wondering what it is. If you've been on this channel for a while longer, then you know I'm definitely gonna call this one a UFO. I mean, it's gotta be. Okay, not got to be, but there's a higher likelihood that it is. From what we've seen in the many clips we've examined on this channel, it's become evident that UFOs tend to use clouds as camouflage when moving from place to place because they're not easily noticeable. Then again, I could be wrong. Do you guys also suspect that the cloud's hiding something? If you do, what do you think might be behind that cloud? Kindly share your thoughts in the comments section.
A la mañanita. Increíble. Una nube extraña. Observen.
Still on ancient beings that might be real, what are your thoughts on the Dogman? In fact, before I say any more, do take a look at this clip. In the clip, we see what looks humanoid and a monstrous dog engaging in some adventures. The clip appears to have been taken at night, but the location isn't revealed. Given the nature of the creature, the first thing that comes to mind is a Dogman. Maybe it should have been a black bear, but I doubt that that thing is a bear in any way. Speaking of the Dogman, it's supposed to be the more aggressive cryptid, but I don't see any aggression here. That has me wondering, what exactly is going on here? Some of my team members believe the whole thing is a hoax. They think that that might be a man in a suit being filmed by his friends trying to get their 5 minutes of fame. I'm tempted to accept their theory. I visited the original post online, and surely people thought the same. One person even sarcastically and funnily stated that it was a Chinese experiment gone wrong. Others just laughed. What about you? What do you think? Do you think the toothpaste companies are intentionally ripping us off and giving us cavities? Well, the man in our next clip seems to think so.
I have not brushed my teeth since I was 8 years old. Oh yeah, I'm 62 years old and I got every one of them, never had a cavity, and have never had any problems with them. Go figure that one out.
8 years old?
No, I just do hydrogen peroxide.
You gotta start with that.
No, the reason why, go on a YouTube video and watch if you put Crest on a toothbrush, okay? Take that same toothbrush on a rusted chrome bumper and watch it just take all the rust right off the bumper. Now that's the same thing that you're cleaning your teeth with. What you're doing is you're withdrawing the enamel. In other words, you're taking the enamel, the protection off your teeth when you brush. Why? Why?
According to him, he's not brushed his teeth since he was 8 years old and has some of the healthiest and perfect teeth out there. He uses hydrogen peroxide when necessary. He adds that the paste we use in brushing our teeth is capable of cleaning rust off of a surface. Such products should not be used on our teeth as they basically have the same effect on our teeth and gums. He starts making reference to ancient characters who lived and had healthier lives without using the things we're using today. Many in the comments section agreed with him, including this guy. This has me thinking, could they be right? Are we actually damaging our teeth by thinking we're cleaning them? Please share your thoughts.
Why? What did Moses use soap when he was? Did Jesus? Did any of them? They lived 400. Moses lived 400 years. He did something with.
They've successfully mapped the brain of a fruit fly. What does this mean, you ask? Well, I will get to that in a bit, but the mapping of the entire brain of a fruit fly led to the creation of the first complete connectome of an animal's brain. This detailed map, comprising 3,016 neurons and 548,000 synaptic connections, offers critical insights into how neural circuits control behavior, learning, and decision-making. Behavior control and decision-making. Anyway, let's move on. After mapping the fruit fly's brain, scientists created a computer simulation of its neural activity. When the simulation was given sensory input suggesting the presence of food, it activated circuits linked to movement, effectively trying to move as if searching for food. This remarkable behavior highlights how even simple brains can process information and respond to stimuli, bringing us closer to understanding the neural basis of behavior and decision-making. The funny thing is that the fact that they were able to suggest things to the brain and it acted the way they wanted it to. I know this is being touted as new and novel, but who's to say the CIA and all those secret services of other nations haven't already done this or weaponized it? I guess we will never know. Some scientists in Peru shared an image they claimed to have generated, a 3D depiction of what they believe Adam, the first man created by God according to the Bible and religious beliefs. The image has gained some attention online. Soon, some curious minds dug deeper and uncovered the truth. This wasn't Adam at all. Instead, the 3D Adam was revealed to be fan art of actor Vin Diesel. Personally, I see Elon Musk there. Princeton University also stepped forward to clarify that the image had no connection to them and labeled the story as a fabrication. What do you think?
During an exploration of an abandoned house, a man stumbled upon this unusual sight. As he peered into a small crevice in the wall, his gaze was met with an eerie-looking eye staring back at him. The eye was human-like in appearance, but its yellowish sclera and black fur-like skin surrounding the eye gave it an unsettling appearance. The man couldn't determine whether this was a cryptid or something else entirely, but he was too afraid to investigate further, so he left and shared his footage online. A number of people think it's a cat, but what do you think it could be? Next, we visit the quiet city of Corico in Chile. Before I say anything, take a look. What do you think this is? Truth is, no one truly knows. It just appeared in the sky out of nowhere and remained there for minutes. I combed the internet searching for answers but found none. The clip had been posted several times by different people on our paranormal platforms seeking answers, and I came across a comment that caught my attention. The individual commenting states that such occurrences and sightings are not new to Corico. He even adds that there have been instances where people have been captured and tortured by aliens. This is the first time I'm hearing this, and it's got me wondering, how true is this? And if it's true, how many other places around the globe are active alien spots? Perhaps we need to start sampling more clips from other continents like Asia, Africa, and even Australia. About the object in the sky, though, no one could tell what we were looking at. Some even concluded it had to be a hoax, but what do you guys think? Still on aliens, someone uploaded this clip on one of our paranormal platforms, claiming it might be an alien creature. Looking at it, it looks the part, but is it legit though? I'll let you decide that. So I was there when Aaron told me he had got a clip that was going to blow my mind. It was a river on fire. Now take a look. Now that does look like a river on fire, right? Something like a scene from hell. Well, more like this shows that hell is possible. But what explanation is there for this? I did some research and it turns out not everything you see on the internet that you don't understand is AI. It turns out this is possible due to a phenomenon where methane gas produced by the decomposition of organic material in riverbeds or wetlands escapes and ignites, causing flames to appear on the water's surface. This can happen naturally or due to human activities like drilling, which can release trapped methane. Methane is a potent greenhouse gas, and its release contributes to climate change. When it escapes from water bodies, it can create visually striking, without often hazardous, river fire events. These incidents highlight the complex interactions between natural ecosystems and the impact of human activities on environmental processes. This was allegedly recorded in Kazakhstan. Next, we visit North Carolina, where a man allegedly spotted a heavenly cloud in the sky. Take a look. He called it a heavenly cloud, not me. Naturally, once it went live, everyone had their reservations about what it could be. Some agreed with him that it could have been divine origins, while others thought that the unusual cloud formation could be alien-related. Looking at it, I think there's a possibility it's just a cloud, but perhaps that's just my untrained eye. What do you guys think? Watch this and see if you notice anything strange. Did you see it? Yes. What do you think you saw exactly? The original poster thinks that some sort of demonic or spiritual entity floated upwards, and once it was out of view, a dark winged being came out of nowhere and moved across the sky. The person suspected that the thing that moved across the screen might have transformed. He was also open to the idea that it might have been taken by something more sinister. I must say, when I read the caption of the original post, I found it intriguing, but the more I watched the clip, the more I felt like these spiritual entities were nothing more than animals. If you were to ask me what I thought, I would say a cat ran across the street, climbed up some bushes, and then ended up scaring an owl or some other night bird that was perched at the top. The startled owl or bird then flew away to avoid the cat. This looks like the more plausible explanation to me, but many think we're dealing with demonic beings instead. What about you? What do you think? We've spoken about portals and what have you on this channel and even shown you a few clips, but would you want to see one in action? That looks like an alien ship going through a portal, which then shuts as soon as the ship goes through. I would have loved a bit more context and information with this clip, like where it was taken and when, but I guess if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. Julius isn't convinced about this, and Aaron hopes to get to the bottom of this. You've seen the clip. What do you think we're dealing with here? If you watched our last episode, you would have remembered we showed you clips of individuals wearing silicone faces that look very lifelike. Well, this next clip may just blow your mind. Take a look. Did you see that? No? Well, look at his ears. See it now? It looks like there's a silicone mask over the face of whoever is conducting the interview. I mean, I know as we get older we develop wrinkles et al., but this does not look like that. Instead, it looks like we're looking at a live use of one of those silicone masks we saw in our last episode. Am I overthinking things, or do you guys see it too? Let me know in the comments section. Ever heard the statement vanished into thin air? Well, this next clip takes it literally. Did you see that? The man was there and walking, and then he wasn't. Could this be a glitch in the Matrix, or are we simply looking at a ghost or otherworldly being simply moving in and out of our plane? Share your thoughts. Have you ever met people and thought they couldn't be real? If you have, then this clip is for you.
Wait. Babe, stop cussing. Wait, she's not moving at all.
That's what I'm saying. What is going on?
You see it, don't you? That woman appears to be frozen in time, yet everything else around her appears to be moving. It's almost as though she were glitching. The people filming are shocked, and there are some who see her in the parking lot that are equally concerned. This has to be a glitch in the Matrix. There's definitely no other explanation for this, is there?
What is she looking at?
What is she doing?
That's actually really concerning.
Very creepy. I don't know what's going on.
What you're looking at is a fascinating device created by Honda, the Honda Walking Assist device. This innovative gadget is designed to fit snugly around your waist, with support extending between your legs. The purpose of this device is to help people stay on their feet longer by providing subtle assistance to their movements. It's particularly useful for individuals with limited mobility of those recovering from injury. Powered by Honda's advanced robotics technology, the device analyzes your walking pattern and uses small motors to gently assist your steps, reducing strain and fatigue. While it seems like a promising tool for improving mobility and independence, the Honda Walking Assist device never made its way into mainstream use. Would you consider using something like this if it were available? There's a phenomenon that has long baffled scientists. It's called sonoluminescence. It's a fascinating phenomenon where tiny bubbles in a liquid emit brief flashes of light when subjected to intense sound waves. This occurs when a bubble, formed in the liquid by the sound waves, rapidly collapses, creating extreme temperatures and pressures inside. The exact mechanism of the light emission is still not fully understood, but theories suggest that the collapsing bubble may generate temperatures as high as tens of thousands of degrees, producing light in the process. Sonoluminescence has intrigued scientists because it transforms sound energy into light and could offer insights into energy concentration and plasma physics. Personally, it intrigues me for a different reason. What if this is what many who see underwater UAPs are actually seeing? Could this phenomenon be behind the mysterious light people are seeing underwater? Could this mean that there are no UAPs underwater, or are the UAPs responsible for them in the ocean? I'll let you have a think about this one.
In the year 2015, a family from Oregon went on a leisurely walk and took some pictures of the trees in their vicinity. Upon returning home, they reviewed the footage that they'd captured only to notice something peculiar in one of the photographs. In the photo they had taken of their little daughter, they noticed a figure standing over her. However, this figure was not visible to the naked eye, as it was seemingly covered in a cloak from head to toe and appeared completely transparent. It was not a solid or visible entity, but rather a ghostly apparition that one could see through. The eeriest part was that their daughter had also noticed the figure, and in the image, you could see her standing and staring upward at the head of the entity. The family was left curious about what this entity could be. Was it a ghostly companion of some sort, or was there something else to this image? This was supposed to be your normal everyday weather forecast, but instead something strange popped up on the screen. Take a second look. Do you see it? What do you think this could be? Some think it's a bird, but I doubt birds can move that fast, and the angles, whatever it is on our screen, was moving. Some in the comments section stated it was a Dementor from Harry Potter, while others also thought it was a glitch in the Matrix. Someone even added he had seen such things at least twice. I have my reservations about it, but I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. What do you guys see when you look at this? Please share your thoughts.
Back in 1994, Los Angeles experienced a massive power outage, plunging the entire city into darkness. As night fell, the local police station was bombarded with 911 calls from concerned residents, and this was the reason. The night sky above the city was illuminated by strange silver clouds. It gave the whole place an otherworldly dull silver hue. The government quickly stepped in, claiming this phenomenon was nothing more than the Milky Way. It's normally hidden by the city's bright lights. But not everyone bought this explanation. Why would the Milky Way appear so drastically different during a blackout? Could there have been something more mysterious at play? What do you think? A woman was casually looking out of her window at her neighbor in the building across from hers. His blinds were wide open, and he was seated at his dining table eating his meal. But then something strange caught her attention. At the other end of his dining table, there was a fork floating in mid-air with a piece of pasta skewered on it. It hovered there, moving as though someone invisible was about to take a bite, but there was no one else at the table. Could this man be dining with a ghost? Perhaps the real takeaway is, don't spy on your neighbors. What say you?
Did you see that? Tell me what you saw. In fact, let's watch in slow-mo. You see it, don't you? It looks like something suddenly dropped from the sky at a high speed and power. The red hue we see appears to be nothing more than an afterglow after whatever it was that was suddenly dropped. That has us wondering, what is it that was dropped from the sky and why was it dropped? It also has you wondering who sent it and for what purpose. That's, of course, assuming the clip is legit and everything that happened in it represents true events. Half of my team think it's real, while the other half think it's CGI. Could you share your opinion so you can break this tie? That way we can finally have a conclusive answer on the authenticity of this footage. We sometimes like to think we've figured it all out when it comes to dinosaurs, but discoveries made on a daily basis make it clear that we don't know as much as we think we do.
They just found unfossilized soft dinosaur tissue. Soft dinosaur tissue?
What you're seeing on your screen is soft dinosaur tissue, and this shouldn't be possible. Dinosaurs have been extinct for millions of years, which makes it impossible for any tissue related to them to exist. Yet here it is. Fossilized dinosaur skin was discovered 20 years ago, and it's thrown the scientific community out of sync. The assumption is that dinosaurs existed about 70 million years ago. No tissue should be capable of surviving that long, unless, of course, these dinosaurs lived more recently than we've thought and accepted. That, however, is a hypothesis scientists are not willing to accept. Instead, they're trying to find out how tissue could be preserved for so long. While I understand what they're doing, they're avoiding the obvious facts. Cave paintings of some ancient civilizations have paintings of dinosaurs as well. Some of these paintings are detailed. This has led some to hypothesize that they must have seen the dinosaurs themselves and made these paintings. What's more, the concept of dinosaurs confuses some Christians because there's no mention of them in the scriptures, but the term dinosaur didn't exist until the 1800s. People called them dragons up until that point, and the Bible doesn't mention such creatures. Moving beyond Christianity to the cradle of all civilization, Egypt, we find that some of their most ancient potteries include long-necked dragons. They're not the only ones, though. You see similarities in ancient mosaics from the Romans. Even some coins from the 1500s and 1600s show an individual slaying a dragon. Should you visit the Grand Canyon, you'll also notice that the Indians carved dinosaurs into the caves. While our scientists have always told us that the dinosaurs existed millions of years ago, it doesn't make sense that cultures from around the globe have vivid depictions of them, unless, of course, there's something that we're missing. Either way, what do you think of the whole thing? Do you think our scientists are mistaken, or are we stretching this a tad too much?
Hello. My name is Thomas, and this is Navid. We are inventors in the Lemelson MIT Student Prize Competition.
Students from MIT created these incredible gloves designed to transform sign language into spoken English. Here's how it works. The person signing wears the gloves, which are connected to a computer. Whatever sentence they sign is translated and then spoken out loud by the system. It's one of those inventions that actually makes so much sense and could have a huge impact. Just think about it. This could break down communication barriers for millions of people who use sign language as their primary means of communication. In situations where a translator isn't available, these gloves could be a game changer. Imagine the possibilities in classrooms, public service hospitals, or even casual conversations. These gloves could provide a seamless bridge between sign language users that don't understand it. It's not just a technological advancement, it's a step toward a more accessible and connected world. Wouldn't you agree? More of these, please.
Inventors in the Lemelson MIT Student Prize Competition.
What would you do if your friend disappeared right in front of you during a bike ride? Confused? Well, this is what I mean.
Hey, we'll stop right up here. All right, sounds good. Whoa! Jeremy? Jeremy! Jeremy! Jeremy!
These two guys were out on a bike ride on what looked like a mountain. The young behind, who also doubles as the one filming, starts looking around and enjoying the scene. After a second or two, he looks in front of his friend, who we will discover is called Jeremy, is gone. I mean, he just disappeared, leaving his bike, which evidently came to a standstill. In the clip, we see the second rider called out to his friend, and that's just about till the clip ends. Was this a glitch in the Matrix? Many seem to think so. They believe Jeremy may have glitched into another reality or timeline, but is this really the case? Well, some disagree. They think that this has definitely got to be CGI. They believe the clip was edited to deceive the masses. You've seen the clip, you saw the moment he disappeared just like we did. Do you think this is really a glitch, or was the clip edited to look like it was? Share your thoughts in the comments section.
Whoa! Jeremy? Jeremy! Jeremy!
Now, this is a disclaimer. This next one is grotesque. If you think you can't handle graphic things, you might want to skip ahead a few seconds.
Just came out of me. I have no fucking clue what the fuck this is, but kind of looks like a...
What you're seeing came out of the woman's recording. Don't ask me where it came from or how it did. Just accept the fact that it did. Naturally, she's freaking out, which made her post it online.
This is what the fuck is inside of us, and we need to fucking cleanse. You guys don't fucking believe me? This shit is fucking real. These are nano fucking...
She ends up ranting about how we have these things living inside us. If you ask me, it looks like the thing that came out of Neo's stomach in the Matrix. Is this the evidence we need to prove we're living in the Matrix? A part of me wanted to think so, but our medical experts were not enthused. Instead, they were worried. Others were weirded out that she would post something like this. Frankly, I am a little as well, but what do you guys think of the whole thing? Could this be a parasite in her, relation to the Matrix, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts. I know we've seen some pretty strange things on this channel, but I'm not sure how I feel about this.
What's going on here, bro? Yo, look all the people down there, look, just watching my...
Imagine being at sea and seeing a bright green glow coming from beneath it. Gives you alien vibes, does it not? My team and I started digging around, trying to find out what this might be. Much to our disappointment, we found nothing until one person mentioned we had seen something like this recently. There was another clip that had a humanoid creature in the water with a bluish-green glow around it. We tried to find the clip, but haven't had much luck. If this clip and the one I'm referencing are related, then we can say with certainty that we've got an alien situation on our hands. If that's the case, where did they come from, and why are they here? Many in the paranormal community shared similar views as ours until a sect of the community introduced the theory of bioluminescence. If that were true, however, the glow would move with the waves and not be stationary in it. The way it's positioned in the water, however, proves that there has to be a large object or perhaps alien craft responsible for the glow. But then again, I could be wrong. Perhaps this is the part of me that's obsessed with aliens talking. You've seen the clip too. What do you think? Ever encountered a vampire? No? Then this is for you.
I'm a rideshare driver in New Orleans. So, of course, I encounter all types of people from all walks of life. So, one particular ride was very interesting.
So this driver picked up a woman who acted rather strange while in the vehicle. The lady started telling her how she loved her energy and what have you. Initially, she didn't think much about it until the woman touched her and she started to feel weird.
She asked the woman what happened, and the lady told her that she just leached some of her energy. She told the lady that she was a vampire, just not one that drank blood. No, they feed off energy. The vampire then went on to tell her about vampires that survive off good energy, bad energy, sexual energy, and even blood. There were a tribe that lived in New Orleans, and the lady wiped some of her memory. The lady insists that it happened and something happened to her. She doesn't remember where she dropped the person off and lost 2 hours of her memory after the event. Now, people in the paranormal community have gone crazy with this story, and I can understand why. Some have insisted it was not a vampire, but a demonic encounter. What say you?
She touched my shoulder, and I felt like I just froze. And even as I'm talking to you right now, I can distinctly remember that feeling of feeling frozen.
Still on the unexplained, what do you think this is?
Masya Allah. Itu ikan apa duyung ya?
Looks like some sort of aquatic snake or eel. I've watched the clip over and over and over again without being able to explain what I'm seeing. I tried to do a little research, hoping to discover what this might be. Looking at the clip, I suspected this area was a swamp, so I went on to look for snake-like creatures that live in swamps. I discovered that in swamps, one can find large serpents such as green anacondas in South America and Burmese pythons, which are native to Southeast Asia but also found in the Florida Everglades. There are also African rock pythons in sub-Saharan Africa and various large water snakes like the northern water snake in North America. These serpents are adapted to the wet, dense environments of swamps and thrive by hunting a range of prey, including fish, birds, and mammals. Given the limited footage we have, I can't tell which of these creatures we saw could be. I mean, what's to say it's even one of these and not something otherworldly? Either way, this is valuable information I wouldn't have had if it wasn't that I was confused. What about you guys? Any information and ideas on what we could be dealing with? Let us know in the comments section.
Masya Allah. Itu ikan apa duyung ya?
Have you ever taken a closer look at the hieroglyphics and paintings of ancient Egyptians? Well, if you have, then you might have noticed some peculiar drawings of saucer-shaped objects. These drawings have been the subject of much debate among researchers and enthusiasts alike. Some people believe that these drawings are evidence of the presence of extraterrestrial beings in ancient Egypt, while others think that they're simply symbolic representations of religious or spiritual beliefs. However, some argue that these drawings are proof that the ancient Egyptians have access to advanced technology or are visited by crafts of some sort. If this is true, then it would suggest that the ancient Egyptians were far more advanced than we previously thought. Some researchers have even suggested that the ancient Egyptians may have had access to some form of anti-gravity technology, which would explain how they were able to construct such massive structures at the pyramid. Of course, there is no concrete evidence to support any of these claims, and the true meaning of these drawings remain a mystery. Nonetheless, it's fascinating to consider the possibility that the ancient Egyptians were far more advanced than we ever imagined, don't you think? I know how you guys hate all things blurry, and I hate them too, but I had to share this one. These photos were taken by Sam Jacobs while he and his girlfriend were out playing the game Pokemon Go in August of 2016. The two were walking between Loveland Madeira Road and Lake Isabella in Loveland, Ohio, when they spotted the creature. Jacobs claims that this creature is what is known as the Loveland Frogman. He's very adamant about what he saw, though many claim it to be a hoax. He estimates the being stood at least 4 feet tall. Jacobs wrote in an email about his sighting. I realize this sounds crazy, but I swear on my grandmother's grave this is the truth. An interesting account if true. What do you think, though? What you're looking at is the incredible Thermaeum Fort built in 1687 in Tamil Nadu, India. This historic site is perched atop a massive egg-shaped rock. For centuries, people assumed the rock was a natural formation, just a unique part of the landscape. But one fateful day, an earthquake struck the area, shaking the very foundation of this ancient landmark. When the dust settled, part of the rock had broken away, revealing something absolutely astonishing. Hidden beneath the surface was a doorway, perfectly concealed and entirely unsuspected. Even more incredible, the rock wasn't solid, it was hollow on the inside. The discovery left everyone stunned. A ladder was constructed to explore the interior of the rock, and since then, the site has attracted attention not just for its historic significance, but for this mind-boggling hidden secret. What do you think this hidden doorway could have been used for? Have you ever seen a tree float? No? Well, this is what I mean. Take a look. And yes, that did happen, at least according to the one who uploaded the clip. He was driving home one day when he looked up and saw a tree, or at least a part of it, floating through the streets. He couldn't believe his eyes, and neither could we. There are questions, though, like where is this tree coming from, where's it headed, and most important of all, how is it floating? So many questions, yet try as we may, no official answers. Can any of you help solve this mystery? Kindly let us know in the comments section. We'll be reading. Have you ever had one of those situations where you wished you had more security cams so you could see different angles of something that visited your yard? Well, this is one of those situations. This clip was captured by a home security camera, and even if you're no expert, you can tell that whatever it is, it's pretty short, not just by a little bit, but by a lot. Are there any creatures that fit this bill? Ever heard of the duende? They're sometimes referred to as forest dwellers and are considered small humanoid beings. Just like many of the other cryptids we've discussed on the channel, these creatures are hardly seen, and whenever someone believes they've captured one, their claims are met with skepticism. Looking at this clip, I'm tempted to believe that this is the real thing. The footage looks authentic and does not seem altered in any way. What would have added to the authenticity of the whole thing would have been a capture from another angle. But if wishes were horses, beggars would ride, right? Anyway, let me know what you think about this one in the comments section. Am I the only one who has random thoughts sometimes? By random, I mean things like wondering what death by fishes or ants would feel like. It turns out there's a place where death by fish could be as simple as breathing. See how the fish quickly gather around what the man threw into the ocean and gulp it up within a few seconds. There's no guarantee that these things will eat human meat, but there's also no guarantee they won't. The last thing you would want is to fall into those waters. I mean, if the fish don't get you, those waters look like they could finish the job. Am I just being paranoid, or do you see what I'm seeing? For a while now, there's been a rise in Dementor sightings. While skeptics claim they're nothing more than elaborate hoaxes, others firmly believe these shadowy figures could be real. But where could they be coming from? Well, this footage might give us a clue. This video was captured on November the 7th, 2024, and it's an extraordinary close-up of the sun's surface. In the footage, something strange is ejected from the sun. It's a dark, shadowy mass. As it floats away, flames trail behind it. At the time of this event, a solar flare had erupted from the sun, which scientists describe as one of its many natural outbursts. But here's the chilling part. This dark mass doesn't resemble anything typically associated with solar flares. Its eerie shape and movement are eerily reminiscent of a Dementor. So could this be where these mysterious creatures originate, or is this just an uncanny solar phenomenon playing tricks on our minds? Speaking of extraterrestrials, let's dive into one of the most infamous alien theories out there, the reptilian people. This is a topic that's so widespread that even mainstream media often hints at it through comedy, movies, and conspiracy discussions. Reptilians are believed to be a race of shape-shifting extraterrestrials. They disguise themselves as humans to blend into our world, but what do they actually look like when not disguised? Take a look at this peculiar footage. A man is seated in what looks like a salon or barber chair. At first glance, nothing seems unusual. He's bald with a beard, sitting calmly as a woman stands behind him. Then the woman reaches for his head and starts to peel back what looks like his scalp. For a moment, it's like a scene straight out of a horror movie, utterly unsettling. But then the reality becomes clear. It's all a clever illusion. Underneath, his real head is revealed complete with a full head of hair. Now, while it's obvious this man isn't a reptilian, the footage raises an interesting question. Could this be how such beings shed their skin and transform into human form? What do you think?
Comes from Lane, a drone operator from Louisiana, who had an unexpected encounter while flying his drone in a field.
This is the drone photo. There is nothing around him.
He'd sent his drone airborne, capturing photos of the area. However, one particular photo revealed something strange that Lane could not explain.
There's nothing anywhere around him. It's just a very flat field.
In the capture, Lane is seen standing in the field, but behind him, there appears to be a massive figure. He was, however, unable to decode or identify the figure, so he sent the photo to a professional analyst for further examination. After analysis, it was determined that whatever was in the photograph measured an astonishing 8 feet tall and 4 feet wide. What's even more unsettling is that Lane didn't see or sense anything unusual when the photograph was taken. He was completely unaware of this towering figure behind him. Despite the analysis, the exact nature of this entity remains a mystery. Naturally, when this got to the paranormal community, it became speculation and theory. Some thought it was a cryptid, aka Bigfoot, whereas others thought it had to be an otherworldly being. When this got back to my team, Aaron, our conspiracy theorist, felt like it had to be Bigfoot, but many in the team sided with him. With the exception of Julius, of course. He shook his head several times and told us it definitely had to be a tree. In order to not escalate the debates in the team office, I didn't offer my explanation, but you guys can offer yours. What do you think we're dealing with? A man was relaxing in his home when he was startled by a loud noise coming from the gate outside. He went to check the source of the sound. As he approached the gate, he was taken aback to see a strange figure standing there. The person was unnaturally pale and shirtless with an eerie presence. Without any hesitation, the mysterious figure simply walked up to the gate and, to the man's horror, passed right through like a ghost and walks toward the house. Unfortunately, the footage cuts off right there, but the question is, what was that figure? It's definitely not human, or is it? Anyway, what do you guys think?
Bad people found out that we did. I don't know how, but they did, and things kind of went downhill from there.
Weird looking, right? It's not every day you see something like this, and the one who uploaded it insists that it's real. It looks like something gooey substance levitating or standing upright. Julius straight out called it fake, and for the first time I was tempted to side with him until I read the comments. Take a look at this comment. The individual insists she experienced something like this. Another claims she saw it in Miami. Another person also mentioned that he caught strange things on camera that can't be seen with the naked eye. These comments can make you feel this is certainly real. Skeptics, however, exist and find it laughable. They've attributed the whole thing to CGI and called it fake. What do you think? Who do you side with?
Bad people found out that we did. I don't know how, but they did, and things kind of...
I was sleeping, dead asleep last night. All of a sudden, I heard something rummaging through my cab. I rolled over and peeked through the window, and I swear there was like this huge thing standing there going through my stuff. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. There's no way it's a person.
Speaking of strange big guys moving around in the dark, this woman was camping out when she was woken up by noises of something or something going through her stuff. She woke up, tried to investigate, and was met with this strange, ginormous creature that escaped into the night. The logical thing to have done would have been to leave the place, but no, she wanted to get to the bottom of it. So she camped out again, this time with cameras to capture who or what was responsible for the interference of her sleep the previous night. Looks like she takes her sleep seriously. And sure enough, her cameras captured something. It was a hairy bipedal creature making its way through the woods in a manner that suggested it didn't want to be seen. But for the cameras, it would have achieved its goal. Now that she had evidence of what disturbed her sleep, she needed to put a name to it, and she uploaded it seeking opinions. Looking at this, it looks like our big guy. Is it really him, though? Hard to say. This one appears shorter than we are used to when the distance makes it hard to properly define its features. Julius thinks it's a man in a costume, but he always thinks things like that. Aaron suggests it could be a young or juvenile Bigfoot. What about you? What do you think?
And I swear there was like this huge thing standing there going through my stuff. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. There's no way it's a person. It dropped everything and scampered off into the woods behind me.
Que é isso? Passa, Thiago, passa, velho. Passa, velho, acelera.
What do you do when you encounter strange individuals in masks on such a lonely and dark path in the middle of nowhere? Personally, I'd floor it and get the hell out of there, but the brave lads in this vehicle decided to film it and drive slowly. I'm not sure of the story here, but that's the last thing you should do in any situation like this. What if they have lethal weapons? What if they're paranormal beings capable of phasing into your car? Do you get where I'm going with this? Either way, the original uploaders of the clip believe they may have stumbled into some sort of ritual ongoing in the woods. They're not sure which, but are glad to still be alive. What do you guys think of the whole thing? And would you have done the same thing in their situation?
Eita. Que porra é essa? Será que eu passo? Que é isso? Passa, Thiago, passa, velho. Passa, velho, acelera.
I can't even sleep right
This clip comes from a group of ladies who are out deep in the ocean. Given their voices in the original video, I'm pretty sure they were tourists out to enjoy the scenes at the sea. This trip of theirs, however, led to this sight. Not sure if you can make it out, but there are individuals walking in the sea. I repeat, there are individuals walking in the sea. That's not supposed to be possible. Swimming in the deep sea is hard enough, let's not talk about walking in it. But that's what we are seeing, correct? So how is that even possible? Well, some individuals in the paranormal community believe we may be dealing with some previously unknown aquatic beings. There are some who also think the whole thing is fake, citing CGI and AI. While these two views are contradictory to each other, a few individuals argue it could have been staged with real actors. Not sure what to go with here, but one thing I'm sure of is the fact that your views are definitely needed here.
I can't even speak right now. I'm scared. Maybe we should. No, maybe we should go more in the middle.
What you're seeing is the alleged tomb of Gilgamesh. For those unfamiliar with the name, Gilgamesh, the legendary Sumerian king of Uruk, is the central figure of the ancient Mesopotamian epic, the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is one of the earliest known works of literary fiction. According to the epic, Gilgamesh was a demigod with extraordinary strength who embarked on epic quests, including seeking immortality. The existence of Gilgamesh's tomb has long been a subject of fascination and speculation. In 2003, a team of archaeologists announced they might have found the lost tomb of Gilgamesh near the Euphrates River in Iraq, using modern technology like magnetometers to detect the possibility of remains of ancient structures. However, due to the region's instability and subsequent looting, the site has not been thoroughly excavated or confirmed, leaving the mystery of Gilgamesh's final resting place unresolved. That's what makes coming across a clip like this, which is the alleged resting place of the demigod, is a big deal. Is it legit though? Well, I'll leave that to your discretion. Speaking of strange and unexplained, have you seen a branch float in the sky? Wondering what I'm talking about? Well, look at this. An individual was going about his rather ordinary day when he noticed something rather extraordinary. He assumed he might have had too much to eat and drink, hence he wanted to ignore it, but he couldn't. There really was a branch floating in the sky, and he didn't know how that was even possible. Being the curious person he is, he took a clip and uploaded it online. Some called him a fraud, looking for attention, and others believed he had really captured something profound. I want to believe this is true, but I don't have an explanation for the phenomenon. I guess trying to explain everything is what creates skepticism, so I should be happy about that. Then again, I like explaining everything to you guys, but I can't do that with this clip. Can any of you?
Who's there?
Dude, what the
Take a look at this eerie footage shared by a man who woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of his piano playing. Feeling unnerved, he grabbed his phone and crept into the living room to investigate. To his shock, he captured the piano keys moving on their own and even the chair by the piano sliding across the floor. Terrified by this, the man immediately ran out of the house and called a friend. While waiting outside, he noticed the lights in his house flickering erratically, though he never saw any physical activity. After this chilling encounter, he decided to move out of the house for good. He never got to uncover whether the house was truly haunted or not, but I think it's safe to say that it was. Not everyone believes in the supernatural, which might explain why some people ignored the warning signs. Perhaps he bought the house without realizing what he was getting into.
Who's there? That is so weird. That's not a plane.
This video has been making rounds on RedNote, the Chinese version of TikTok, but guess where this footage was taken? Not in China, but right here in the US in Los Angeles. Wait, did I call RedNote the Chinese version of TikTok? Or isn't TikTok also from China? Don't mind me, I was just thinking aloud. Now take a look at this craft. It looks eerily similar to the ships we see in sci-fi movies, doesn't it? Its sleek, futuristic design has left many people stunned. But here's the thing. No one has come forward to provide details about this craft, its purpose, or even where it was engineered. Could it be a secret government project, advanced tech from a private company, or something else entirely?
Stepping away from this sci-fi stuff, let's go back to Aaron's favorite things, skinwalkers. A group of friends were out there exploring till they came to the point you see in the clip. Once there, they decided to, go deeper. Their adventure was, however, cut short by these strange and horrifying screams. They didn't know what was making the sound, prompting them to record. After a few seconds of recording, they left the place because the sounds got closer and became more horrifying. They uploaded the clip once they were safe, asking if anyone knew what it was. Many in the paranormal community mentioned it had to be a skinwalker, whereas others thought it was too convenient. They felt the group had faked everything for their 5 minutes of fame. You've seen the clip. What do you also think? Did they fake it, or is that the real deal? Let's take a look at this haunting footage shared by a couple.
Are you giving Daddy his tools?
In the video, the husband is busy fixing the sink, completely focused on the task at hand, while their adorable toddler, a little girl, comes in view. The wife, standing behind the camera, is filming the moment, but here's where it gets unsettling. The little girl picks up a screwdriver and holds it above her head as if she's about to stab her father. The husband, oblivious to her actions, casually pops his head out from under the sink to take the tool from her, smiling as if nothing unusual just happened. This footage left many viewers alarmed. They couldn't help but notice how her gesture looked eerily deliberate, sparking debates online about whether this was innocent child's play or something darker. Personally, I think it's just a little girl mimicking what she's seen without understanding the implications. Kids can be unpredictable and curious after all. But what do you think? Was it just innocent play, or does this moment give you the chills?
Are you giving Daddy his tools?
Imagine standing next to a towering albino white giant, his snowy coat shimmering in the sunlight. This rare beauty isn't just a sight to behold, it's a record-breaking colossus. Meet Donetto, a Chianina bull that tipped the scales at an unbelievable 3,840 pounds. That's over 1,742 kilograms of pure muscle and power. But Donetto wasn't just about size. Bulls of this breed are known for their incredible strength. Picture this. One of these powerhouses could pull loads that would make modern machinery jealous. They were built for endurance and sheer force, traits that farmers have relied on for centuries. Yeah, it's not just the strength or size that makes this story so captivating. It's the perfect blend of rarity, beauty, and history. Albino bulls like this are already a rare sight, but one of these of this size, that's a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon. What do you consider Donetto the ultimate symbol of nature's untamed power and elegance? Let us know in the comments section. This next one's got me speechless too. Instead of saying anything, why don't we just take a look? Tell me you saw that. It looks like a human being, or at least a human body flying into the night. But how's that possible? Well, 5 letters. Ghost. At least that's how the original poster described it. This, according to him, was captured by his night vision cameras right outside his door. The being appears to have come from the home and ventures into the dark night. It's nothing short of creepy and has got the community excited. Many cited this as a genuine ghost encounter, well, at least from their point of view. While they chatted on excited about this great clip, a few logical ones like Julius pointed out that these could just be night vision cameras being exposed to the light. While that's very possible, it doesn't explain the unnatural movement. There's also the option that it was made using CGI and other tech manipulations. I'm gonna resist asking Julius and Aaron about this one and take your expert opinions. What do you think is going on here?
I never heard a noise like that before. What the hell would that be?
A hiker was exploring the dense Washington forest when he started hearing strange and unsettling sounds. They were deep, drawn-out howls echoing from somewhere deep within the woods. The sound was dark and haunting, making the entire experience feel eerie and unnatural. While some dismissed it as just a wolf or another animal native to the area, Aaron insists there's something off about these howls, something that doesn't feel like it belongs to any ordinary creature. Could it be a werewolf, a dogman, or perhaps some kind of cryptid lurking in the forest?
I never heard a noise like that before. What the hell would that be?
A man on a ferry right in the middle of the sea captured something truly strange on camera.
Then all of a sudden, bam! What is that? Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean.
Look at this. A fleet of glowing orbs hovering in the sky. They don't seem to move much, just floating there silently above the water. Could this be the infamous sea UFOs we've been hearing so much about? Are they convening for some mysterious purpose? A meeting of sorts, perhaps? Whatever it is, let's just hope it's not to overthrow mankind. What do you think these orbs could be? Let us know in the comments section.
Look, nothing in the sky at all. And then all of a sudden, bam! What is that? Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean.
Speaking of haunted objects, this video was shared by a woman who recently lost her uncle in a tragic motorcycle accident. After the incident, she took his bike, fixed it, and parked it in an alleyway. One day, she found the bike in a different spot, which left her completely baffled. So she reviewed the CCTV footage from the alleyway, and what she saw shocked her. As you can see in the footage, there are several motorcycles parked in the alley. Suddenly, her uncle's bike begins to move on its own. It turns slightly before tipping over and falling to the ground. No one is seen touching it, and the other bikes remain untouched. Could this be her uncle's spirit returning to ride his beloved bike one last time? Or is there some other explanation for this bizarre incident? We can never get enough of the mystery surrounding secret facilities hidden in caves and mountains. It seems like every time we think we've seen it all, something new emerges. I came across 2 intriguing clips of strange entrances found in unexpected places. The first one was captured by a hiker exploring a canyon in Utah. As he wandered, he stumbled upon 2 heavy doors built directly into the mountainside. The doors were reinforced and securely locked, clearly meaning to keep people out. But what stands out most is the second door. It has a surveillance camera mounted above it, watching over the entry. What could be so important to monitor the middle of nowhere? The second clip is equally puzzling. A man, also in the middle of nowhere, found a solitary structure that looked like a simple porta-potty. However, there were no other signs of construction or civilization around it. Strangely enough, he didn't open it to investigate further, leaving us all curious. I mean, sure, I get why he didn't go inside. It's a total nope situation, but come on. We have to know. Are we talking about secret labs conducting experiments no one should know about? Hidden bunkers prepping for some apocalyptic endgame? Or is it something we haven't even imagined yet? And seriously, what's with the heavy surveillance in places that are practically in the middle of nowhere? Who or what are they watching? It's like the mystery keeps layering itself, and now I'm questioning everything. Remember the swamp creature mystery from earlier? Well, that's not the only swampy riddle I have for you today. Take a look at this one. What do you think this is? The first thing that came to mind when I saw this was Buckbeak. You know, the hippogriff from the Harry Potter series. After doing some reading, however, I discovered it might actually be a snapping turtle. In swamps, 2 primary types of snapping turtles can be found. This is the common snapping turtle, which is scientifically called Caldera serpentina, and the alligator snapping turtle, which is called Microchelys temnici. The common snapping turtle is widely distributed across North America and is adaptable to various freshwater habitats, including swamps. It has a rugged shell, a long tail, and a strong, aggressive bite. The alligator snapping turtle, native to the southeastern United States, is more specialized to swampy environments. It's one of the largest freshwater turtles in the world, characterized by its rich shell, large head, and powerful jaws. This species uses a unique hunting strategy, luring prey with a worm-like appendage in its mouth. Both types of snapping turtles are opponents of swamp ecosystems, contributing to the control of aquatic prey populations and scavenging. Now, your quiz for the day. Which of these types is in the clip? I'll be marking your answers in the comments section. Now, if you grew up the way I did, I know when you hear these sounds, you know that's an ice cream truck out there. Yet for some weird and unknown reason, the individual who posted this clip is warning everyone to not let their kids out when they hear the sound after 8 p.m. The person insists whoever is in the truck isn't selling ice cream, which rubs me off the wrong way. First off, what is the person doing? Secondly, why will an ice cream truck be moving around at 8 p.m.? Without any more information, we can only speculate, but what do you guys think?
Wait, a helicopter in the sky. Dark. What is that?
What are those 3 things right there?
What is that?
Record it.
I am.
You see them? What is it?
Why are they flying in the dark too?
A couple in Phoenix, Arizona shared an intriguing video they recorded on January the 22nd, 2025. In the footage, you can see a helicopter flying through the sky in pursuit of 3 other objects. These objects are unusual. They appear as dark shapes, almost like shadows, with no visible lights, yet their forms are clearly discernible. Could this be a UFO chase? What's fascinating is the lack of conventional indicators like flashing lights or identifiable shapes, which makes the sighting even more mysterious. Has anyone else witnessed something like this recently?
Wait, a helicopter in the sky. Dark. What is it?
What are those 3 things right there?
What is that?
Record it.
I am.
You see them? What is it?
While you do that, let's take a trip back to 2009. A young girl and a family were enjoying their vacation in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, staying at a cozy hotel by the beach. One sunny afternoon, she stepped down onto their balcony to film the breathtaking view. But what started as a simple video to capture the serene beauty of the coastline turned into something far more chilling. As she panned a camera across the beach and surrounding scenery, everything seemed normal until she turned the camera back toward the hotel. For a brief moment, the lens caught a glimpse of their sliding glass door, and that's when it appeared. Behind the glass, a strange face was peering from inside the hotel room. The face was wrinkled with a prominent oversized nose, staring silently back at the camera. The unsettling part, no one in the family noticed anything unusual during their stay. It wasn't until they returned home and reviewed the footage that they spotted this eerie figure. Though the family didn't experience any strange events during their trip, they couldn't shake the haunting thought: who or what had been watching them?
Beautiful Myrtle Beach.
While taking a walk by a pond, an observer noticed a peculiar creature. Its head and mouth were sticking out of the water with a pair of eyes that occasionally blinked. Now take a look at the rest of its body. It resembles a turtle, but the head looks more like a crocodile. It's like a hybrid of both animals. There are other fish swimming behind it, which is unusual because if this was a wild predator, you wouldn't expect other fish to be so close. Yet it just remains still with only part of its head above water. I know I was just giving you a quiz, but what do you think this could be? I know there are some of us here who laugh at the idea of aliens, but what would you do if you suddenly looked out of your plane window one day and saw this? Yeah, this was allegedly filmed by a passenger on a plane mid-flight. The individual was apparently enjoying the scene when he or she noticed something otherworldly in the sky. The individual tried squinting to make out what the strange object was. It turns out he didn't have to do so for long, since it didn't take too long for the object to move in the direction of the plane. At first, I thought it was a saucer. Then I started to think I was looking at a living creature with tentacles or something similar. What do you see? Also, do you think this could be a sign that they are already here and just waiting for the right time to invade? Moving on from Donedo, we've got this clip that's allegedly from South Africa. I'm not sure we've seen anything move through the sky with this much color. Some in the paranormal community believe it's some sort of comet or meteorite moving through the sky. A number can't help but feel it's something else. To start off, comets usually have a bright burning color. This, on the other hand, has a multitude of colors. That alone makes people feel it's something else, perhaps something from another dimension. It's hard to say. Some also think it's AI and not real or genuine, but you've seen the clips, so what do you also think? So, someone on this channel sent us this close-up of a cryptid he'd encountered close to his home. According to him, he had to fight it off because it wanted nothing more but his heart. Well, that was a lie. Of course I'm lying. Was it believable, though? Did you buy it? I bet you probably didn't. Now, tell me I'm not the only one who initially thought this was real. I mean, the eyes, the face, the skin, and everything else. It might not be perfect, but just about as close as to what I would imagine the real thing to be. It turns out, though, that this is nothing but a prop for a set. So basically, we're looking at a man in a costume and nothing more.
A farmer and his wife shared this chilling image back in 2020 from their ranch in Oregon. One morning, they woke up to a horrifying discovery. Their 2,000-pound Hereford bull laying lifeless on the ground. But that wasn't an ordinary death. The animal was, for a lack of a better term, deflated. It had been completely drained of blood, its vital organs meticulously removed along with its anus and scrotum. What's even more baffling is the precision of these extractions. There were no jagged cuts, no signs of a struggle. The cuts appeared surgical, as if made by a highly advanced instrument. Even stranger, there wasn't a single drop of blood on the ground. No insects, no scavenger birds, nothing that you'd typically see near a carcass. Despite its fresh appearance, the bull's body smelled rancid, as though it had decayed unnaturally quickly. Such an occurrence brings to mind the eerie phenomenon of alien animal mutilations. Stories of similar precision cuts, blood drainage, and inexplicable circumstances have been reported across the globe for decades, often linked to UFO sightings or extraterrestrial theories. Is this the case, or could there be more to this? If you thought that was unsettling, take a look at this one. Yes, scientists have successfully grown brain organoids, which are essentially mini brains in lab conditions using stem cells. These organoids mimic certain aspects of human brain development and neural function. The process involves stimulating stem cells to differentiate into neurons and form neural tissue in a controlled environment, often using special scaffolding and chemical cues to guide their growth. These brain organoids can be connected to computer systems, enabling researchers to study how neural networks form and function. In some experiments, organoids have generated brainwaves similar to those seen in human brains. While this sounds exciting and leaves us with questions, have they created consciousness? Can they create brains now? Especially when you combine that technology with that in the previous clip. I don't know about you, but looks like we've got a lot coming to us in the coming years. There are even talks of creating biohybrid computer systems based on this. But how do you feel about the whole thing?
Oh, son of a... Oh, son of a... Oh, God! I hate heights. I hate heights. Oh, so I can't. No. Oh, no.
Telefonu versene. Oğlum az daha gidelim lan. Şunu bekle.
With that, we come to the end of today's episode. Now, do me a favor. If you got any clips, if you got anything that you can give us, please do. We want to hear your stories. We want to see your clips taken and give them to us at classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. I'm Steve, and this has been your dose of classified captures. Now, do me a favor and share this with as many people as you can. Because if you don't, I'll be coming for you.